How's it everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are back once again in Scattered Island, overlooking our developing harbor, which is very close to completion, which I am very excited about. In the last video, we started off by sorting out the traffic that we have in this area. I think we can just go ahead and look at it. Sorted out the traffic in this area by getting these two off of the main road that cuts through the industrial harbor, and we also built this little marina area over here. And I love the way all of this is looking. I think this little extra thing coming in looks very good. And I did mention that I was considering changing the look of this place and rather bringing in, I don't know, a little thing over here, and maybe we build another marina in this area, but that will be a future me problem. What I wanted to do today, to be honest, is I have absolutely no idea. I have been really considering starting this town, but I don't know if it's too early to be doing that. And at the same time, I was also considering maybe plonking the airport in, because it's a very huge asset and that's going to affect how this entire landscape is going to look. So before I decide what I want to do, I thought I would take the time to give this place a name. I had a viewer give a suggestion for the name of this place, and they mentioned that they think this resembles some sort of a dolphin, and therefore this place must be called Dolphin Cove. I am more than happy with that because it's the only suggestion that I've got for a name for this place. I do not mind it, and when I take a look at it, in my mind it looks like this entire area will resemble that dolphin, with maybe this being the peak and this being its tail fins. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm happy to do that. So let's give this place a quick name and then we will move on. And there we have it. We've got Dolphin Cove. I'm not sure if the shape actually resembles a dolphin. I think I should have like its snout over here, but I don't want to extend it out that far. So this is gonna have to do. And at some point, if anybody's got a name suggestion for the industrial area, for this little nook that's sitting here, do let me know and we can give all of those areas a name. In the meantime, I got a couple of suggestions on how I could possibly get rid of this. And one of the things that somebody said was, they think this is, it looks like it's a tiny little segment, probably a node that's left behind. And I could try and draw a path off of it and see if that can help me delete it. So I'm like, you know what, that sounds like a decent idea. It does look like the end segment of a path anyways. So let's go ahead, grab the bottom parts there. Let's see if we extend it out and we drag a path off of it. Ooh, that hey, it is gone. It is gone. Thank you so much for the suggestion. Oh, that worked perfect. I hadn't tried it out, by the way, people. I'm trying this out live as I saw that comment. And I am like, yay! Look at that, people. Look at that. That little thing is gone. I had somebody suggest that I called that thing, I turned it into it's some kind of a tourist attraction. We call it some weird name like Demon Hole or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But we don't have to get any kind of creative with it. It is gone. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much for that suggestion on how to get rid of it. I really appreciate that. I am such a happy person right now. It is gone. Yippee! I noticed something. My cash keeps capping at 2 billion. I think this is the maximum amount of money you can make in the game, because it's like it drops and then it rapidly rises back up to that, and it does not go any further. So I think that is the cap. And if the cap is 2 billion, I think that is quite sad. I would love to see this thing just keep ticking along for as long as possible. I mean, the whole point of this is to try and make your city as much money as you can. And to see this thing just sitting at 2 billion is it's disheartening. I would love to see it continue to go up. So, I mean, if this isn't unlocked, hey, let's get a mod that unlocks it. I think that would be awesome. I'd love to see this ramp all the way up to 100 billion, a trillion, whatever. But anyways, everybody, let's get back into today. So I've decided that I am going to start the development on this side. We're going to start off by shaping up the shoreline of this little town. And I want this to be a planned out city, very similar to that one. And then when we get out here, we're going to build out a less planned out city. So one that is less gritty, the one that is all over the place as much as possible. So that's my plan. Over here, I had also always wanted to build a city that was shaped around a specific thing. In my mind, it's education. So because I'm running low on college, I'm going to start off by getting a college, maybe somewhere in the central area. Well, not start off, but I plan on having a college in this area so that we can boost up the college capacity. And we're going to have a whole ton of kindergartens as well in here because I'm low on that. And I'm hoping that it will be enough to cover the need of my landscape. So we're going to start off by grabbing these 4 tiles. I think I'll grab these ones as well, possibly. Yeah, I think that should be fine. And then maybe let's just grab all of the area that I will end up building on. I think is all of this space. And then what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna start off by getting a harbor into this place because I want this place to just have that kind of a shape around a little harbor. And we will have some sort of quays and stuff around here, and then we'll very rapidly transition into the city. The idea is most of the city is going to be medium density. We might have 1 or 2 tallish buildings that are about that height, but nothing too hectic. And then we'll start spreading it out. We'll have a nice small downtown maybe around here, but I want the vast majority of this area to be different types of planned residential areas that go out to meet this, I suppose, the highway. One of the things that I was considering is extending this hill into a bigger mountain and say this town is sort of nestled behind the mountain, but we'll see how things go as I get closer to that. That will make me decide whether or not we will actually end up doing that. So we'll start off with just a slight terraforming of this area so that we can have the harbor come out, and then we'll start shaping the landscape around it. Okay, let's take stock of where we are. So we've got the shape of the port going. I'm actually really loving this this key stuff that you can use to shape the stuff, so much so that I'm just going nuts. I just wanna, oh gosh. Anyways, so we've got something going. We've got the basic layout. Now the idea here is, because this is all, so all the wind is moving in that direction, right? So my plan is to have all of the industry sit around this side for this town. So I'm gonna have the small downtown for this place sitting around here, and the vast majority of all industry that we're gonna build over here will sit around this area, making this place look like a port slash very busy space. And then the residential areas will hug this water, whatever this thing is, and then we'll spread it out, going out in that direction. I put this highway road here as a bypass to the town. So this is an area that you can use as a back route for getting into the town. And then we're also going to have another main avenue sort of in this direction that goes out and joins up to the highway. This will go ahead and join up with the highway over here, and will probably make its way around and come down into this area as well. So that is the plan. Since we're gonna have a turning lane over here, let me just go ahead and change this into that. I see I've got a bit of a dip here. Oh my word, this is going to, ooh, this is fine. This one is fine. It's not in the port area, but since this is in the port area, I am so not happy with this. Is it possible to delete just that? Yes, I can delete just that. And can I just fix this up? If I do that and I make this straight, will it be straight? That's what I'm not sure of. Come on, can you stop? Will that be straight? Nope, I've got a bump. Okay. All right, let's fix this quickly. All right, there we go. We are good. I like the little land that actually sticks itself out here. Cool. So this is the bypass for the whole city. That's the idea. So we'll do development right up against it, and we'll probably have a branch off in various places that joins up to that area. So we've got the basic port layout going. What I want to do quickly is, why does it shoot me all the way back here? I wish it would have context of where I am. Let's buy that. Oh, you know what the unfortunate thing is? Oh, the boats coming in are going to look real funky. I remember now. It's something that I did not like. It's the reason why I didn't build my harbor so close to the previous city. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is, people. So let's get this turning out in that direction, and then it can go ahead and exit there. Cool. So that leaves that area connected. We'll get a ship route and everything in. I think the shape so far is looking good. What I want to do is I want to just try and plan out the major routes of this entire town and go ahead and connect it up to the highway, and then we'll start doing all of the zoning in and around the space. Okay, we've got the Marina in. It look like little crucifixes just all over the place, but it's fine. It looks like a place where boats will hopefully park and will not just go nuts. I didn't realize that this place is that high. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, that is super high. How and when did all of this go so high? You know what, people? Nope. Oh my gosh. If I draw a new one from here, what does that height look like? Oh, that is the better height. Oh gosh. Is it possible to like redraw over an area for it to go down? No, it's not. Oh, no, 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 no. You know what? I know myself. I'm not going to be happy with this. I'm going to redo all of this. In fact, all of these actually are too high. Why did I not test out their heights before starting? You know, let me not think about it. Everybody, you've seen the vast majority of it. I'm going to do this off camera and we'll be back. And we are back. So all of this has been relaid out. It's at a decent height now, from what I can tell. The design changed. I could not remember what I had built, so I just changed the design. I had to buy one extra tile here just so that I could extend things out a little bit more. But yeah, that's it. We've got all of that in. I was meant to be doing road layout designs, but I ended up doing the marina instead. So now with that done, what I want to do is I want to get the basic backbone of this place in, right? So what I want to do is, I know I want to keep the railway central to this town, so there isn't too much of an elevation difference here. I'll take that. So I want to keep the railway station right here in the middle of the town, and this is going to serve as a divide between the downtown / industrial area and the residential areas that are going to be here. And then what I want to do is, I think it'll be good to have a second train station somewhere around here that this one connects to. So one spot where you can stop on your way, and a spot where I guess the rail lines end. Right, so let's get that at a bit of an angle over there. I think that works out nicely. And then we're going to connect it with some kind of a road that will do, I don't know, it won't just go straight. I think going straight is boring. Let's see how we can get this connected up. Right, so those are connected up nicely, and I think let's extend it out to go and join up with this line. I think before I do that, this is a single line, something that we don't want. So let's go ahead and upgrade this into 2 lanes, and then we will bring this one perhaps around and then come in to join this chapter. Maybe it would be worthwhile if I extend this one out as straight as I can. Oh, of course, it's going to, oh wow, are you joking? Of all of the slots that are available, it decides that's the one node it's going to, of course. This game is just something else. Anyways, that is just my luck. I think if we can extend this out to about here, we can connect it up. So I'm gonna delete, obviously gonna have to delete that. Then we can extend this out straight line. I think that should be okay. And then we can connect this chappy up. It says 60. Oof, no. See, so now this hasn't got a big enough of a loop. So this shouldn't be straight. At least it shouldn't be that straight, let me rather say. So let's see if we can get this one to loop sort of relative to how the loop is already going. So if I can do that, how's that? 208 by, should be 208 by 2. Nah, I think we can extend that a little bit and then have it go all the way and maybe bend it in a little bit this way, and hopefully that should be enough to get a decent 180. There we go. That means I deleted this power line for no reason. Of course I did. All right, so we've got our train connection. Of course, we need to give a reason why the rail had to bend like this. I'm very likely going to get rid of this power line and probably put like a little hill or something here to justify the rail not being straight. But we'll worry about that when we get to developing that space. And let's try and see if we can do the same. 56 by 62. No, okay, whatever. It's not the end of the world. I've decided that I'm not going to fuss myself too much about this rail line anymore because it doesn't listen. So I'm not going to bother myself. All right, so we've got those two done. I think if we can just get a road connection right in front of that one, and that's already connected, which is great. Now, what I want to do is put the next central piece in this town, which is the college. So I mentioned earlier that I want the college to be the main centerpiece of this area, and I want to set it right here because we're gonna have the downtown sort of shape, I think, around this space. That's what I'm thinking. So if the college sat right here, then we build everything else around the college. I see there's a bit of a bump here, but I think that's all right. I don't think it's the end of the world. All right, let's get a college in here quickly and see if we can make it look a little bit decent. All right, so now we've got it as our central piece. I think that looks quite all right. We will develop everything else around it. And I was thinking I could mix the, ooh, is this straight? This does not look 90 degrees. Or is it just me? I see this area is shrinking and that area is growing bigger. This road is not 90 degrees at all. Can we try that again? 90 degrees. That's what I'm talking about. It's the little things, people. It is the small little things. All right, that looks a lot better. One of the things I thought I could squeeze in here that might actually look nice is the crematorium. Now, I thought maybe I could stick a crematorium right here next to it. Right next to the college. It might just complement if I do it right. So let's go ahead. Actually, let's disable that. I believe the road is on this side, and oh wow, I didn't realize I was that close to the thing. It's complaining, not complaining. Okay, so if we can get you right there, I think that can look like some kind of a, I don't know, math club, chess club, something along the lines. Oh man, I'd hoped this would fit in here. Oh no. It's quite a huge difference. That's a huge difference. I really thought this would squeeze in, but I guess not. And okay, you can extend. That's all right. And part of the reason I also wanted to put the crematorium is because we are low or running low on crematorium availability. So this should help with that a bit. What I could do is I could get rid of that. And if we give this the extensions, I think it might actually fit in quite nicely, but I do not want the landscape to be a problem for me. So let's level that out a little bit. And then we can go ahead and put 2 hearse garages right next to it. But I think if I do this, I can even fit a 3rd one, right? No, I cannot. Okay. See, I think that looks part of that. You know, it's like the math club, the chess club, something along the lines. And maybe instead of cutting things off here, we can put some kind of a detail around it. So maybe I'll leave that for now. And then when we start zoning out the city itself, we'll see how we will detail around it. I think something like right in front here, though, we can probably put a couple of trees that will make it look a little bit good. Maybe, there we go. I think a couple of these right in front should enhance the whole place nicely, and then maybe some detailing that we can put here or something along the lines. But all right, so we've got the college in. That's one of the first education buildings. The next one is I want to get the high school in, and I'm thinking of plonking the high school right here because this is all going to be residential as per my plans, and it will spill over into this area. So it'll be a nice place to have a school and a whole bunch of fields and stuff around it. So let's get something in here. Let's see how we can make that look, and then we will shape up the rest of the road networks around these 2 buildings. Right, let's see where we are at. So we've got a school in now. High school, wait, what? High school, kindergarten or elementary school, and a college. Great. So the backbone of this area is pretty much all but done. Now it's a case of how do we work roads in and around all of the space. And then around here, we're probably going to keep it more gritty. And then I want to start breaking away from the grid from this point on. And then we'll have small planned developments in between. And those planned developments will probably be a little bit more grid based. But I think the general foundation of the town is laid in terms of where I want some of these stuff. Let me just have a look to see if there are any other unique buildings that I may want to place in and around these spaces before we start drawing out all the various roads that are going to exist. All right, I'm going to just start laying down some roads, and then we'll just take things as they come. Okay, you know, sometimes keeping things simple is the best way. I don't know if I'm gonna cut out what I was doing here before or not, but I tried to do some fly over here that just it just wasn't working. So I decided to keep the way they meet fairly simple and straightforward. I think I should be able to shift this a little bit to the right, well, my right, for it to balance out a bit. Why are there so many lanes here? Oh, my bad. There we go. I think I should be able to do that, and that should look much better. There we go. So that joins in with a lane, and off it goes. And I think over here we should stop any left turns over there. Cool. So that goes in. All right, let's take a look at what we've done. So we've got this highway, or this expressway, that comes all the way out, and it is what gives exit out into the rest of the region. And this one, I'm yet to connect that up, but we've also got another expressway that's running over here. So the idea is I've got two expressways, one connecting the downtown/industrial area, and one that connects up the residential areas back here. But this hasn't been connected yet, so I think now would be a good time to just get that connection in, and we're done. All right, cool. So that's connected up. This side is still not connected to that side yet. I'm still trying to figure out whether I will do that via this way, or if I want to go around all the way this way. There's definitely going to be a connection somewhere around here. I'm not 100% sure where yet, but at some point I do want a road crossing the railway. So I might just decide to upgrade this to a big thingy and cross it over here, or it might be done somewhere else. But so far, here's what we've got. The idea is this is a more planned out area of development. So we're gonna have very similar houses zone along this area, and then very quickly from this point on, as you can see with the way I'm trying to set up the roads, this is a little bit more unplanned development that goes out in this direction. And the idea is that the port here is planned, and thus all the greedy roads designed to optimize space, and as part of that, some sort of residential development is also planned in that area. And that's why this area also looks a little bit more organized, built around the high school and the elementary school. So that's the thinking. That's why the roads are laying out the way they are. And in between where I can, I'm trying to identify places where I want green spaces. So not parks, but just forest left over, either because, you know, they tore through all the areas that were here to build this railway, or a bunch of roads and so on. And so those areas have been left vacant, and thus we've got some green spaces going. But yeah, so far that's what everything's looking like. I'm working on blending all of this out into the rest of the town. Alrighty, we have a connection. So this area is now connected to this area. Of course, this is a long way to drive if you just want to get to the downtown, but it is a start. I did want the harbor area to be connected up to this area. I don't think this is the final state of the space. I'm thinking of some extensions to this at some point. I don't know if I'll do that now or later, but this is certainly not the final state of this. And I'm thinking at some point we'll come and we'll extend it and we'll add a few more developments in and around that space. Probably when I am happy plonking down more of the props and stuff from using the developer mode. But that's a future thing for me. For now, let me just fill this hill with thick forest, because that's kind of what I want. I want this area to be a nice green hill that just sticks out over here, and we'll probably zone 1 or 2 things in and around this area. But yeah, that's fine. That looks very good. I considered putting one of these. Where is it? I think it's the medieval castle up here. It seems very big for this space. So I'm gonna have to think about it properly. It's kind of why I left this road dead ending, that maybe it can work its way up to here. But I will leave this for a future video, or at some point we'll give it a try and see if it actually fits. But for now, I think around here we've got a planned grid going, and we'll zone in all of the houses and stuff in this space. I'll probably put 1 or 2 more rows around, but overall I think this is looking all right. It's coming together very nicely. All right, so I'm gonna connect up this side to this side over here. It's not going to be anything funky because I'm not sure whether or not I'm gonna put a medieval castle up there. I figured, you know what, let me use this as the connection point for now, and then we will worry about putting anything up on that mountain at a later point in time. I think this should be fine. A nice loop around the entire train station. I think that's all right. That's not too shabby. Is it connected nicely? I feel like there's some weird thing here. It's probably a little bump there, but it's nothing to be too stressed about. And then I think we can go ahead and connect this up as a nice uphill. Or maybe let's terraform it a little bit. So let's do that. Let me lower this a bit, and let's connect this up on a flatter or a less steep connection. And I think a nice road that just goes down. Ooh, it's not 100, it's not 90 degrees. Okay, let's do it from this side. There we go. Alrighty, and let's just make sure we have the turn lanes in the right place, and we can get rid of that. Cool. So that works. I think I can then go ahead and just smoothen all of this area out. And for this space, I mean, nothing wow. We can just put a little forest here or something. Let me lower this a lot. Let's just put a little forest here. And I think it would be nice if we just have a path in between. Just a little place walking across. I think that will be all right. Right, because I expect people to walk. What is it doing? Okay, it's not the end of the world. Ooh, I thought the road was gonna get messed up. Let's give a turning lane over there so those going straight can go straight. And I think that's all right. Cool. So we have that connected, and let me see if there are other areas that I might just expand on the roads a little bit, and then we'll probably call it quits for the day. And in the next video, we'll start all of the zoning and stuff. All right, let's just put a few roads down. right, man, that has been a lot of road layouts. We've laid out everything from here right through to that space all the way up to here. And I'm hoping that the road layouts is starting to blend out into more of the chaotic road structures. So just immediately off of the downtown, definitely wanted to stay a little bit more rigid. And as well, this area around the school a lot more rigid. But as we start blending away from there, we start to see the roads start getting a little bit more chaotic. We'll probably keep a little bit more structure around the train station here, but then here onwards is going to be a whole lot more chaotic roads, because we're going to start blending out into the farmland and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we've captured the essence of this town. It's something that I had wanted to do for quite a while, is plan out an entire town's road layout. It's something I generally don't do because I think it's so difficult to picture where every single thing is going to be in advance. But I thought I would give this a try for this video, and in the end I got something that looks pretty decent. As I start moving away from the main core of the town, I wanted to start planning a lot of the development around pockets of green spaces, so little forests and stuff that have been left behind, have those there, and then shape the roads in and around all of that. And I think in the end, I think it looks quite decent, if you do ask me. I think I just want to clear out, let's just make this a little bit bigger. I just want to clear out this space a little bit. I don't want it to seem like this is a forest, because I want the green to pop out when we look at it from an aerial point of view, right? I want a lot of that green to stand out so that you see, okay, that's where the green spaces really are at. This is where all of the residential developments are going to be, and I really want that to pop out, and that's why I want to clear out some of these trees. I think I had done something there, but now I've messed it up. But anyway, it's fine, it's not the end of the world. And yeah, there we go. I think that pops out a little bit better. And then I do want a sort of foliage area just buffering the railway line from the rest of the actual city, and I think that is good enough. Maybe even around here as well. All right, so we've got the bare bones of the town down. So the only thing left now is to get the town actually functional. So water, electricity, sewage, I want to get that connected. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a shortcut very quickly. We're going to extend this road out just a little bit, because I think we'll do a little bit of development here, and then I will simply bend it down in that direction. I'm probably going to meet it up with the highway, and that's why I don't want to get too funky with it. And then over here we will plonk down our substation. That's what it's called, right? Transformer station, same thing. So we'll plonk that down over here, and then we'll just hook this up to the power grid. And with that, we should be good from an electricity standpoint. And then from water and sewage, once again going to cheat. I think this town is going to ultimately be big enough to have its own. So it's something that I'm keeping in mind, that I think I will build something for it at some point. But for now, we'll just connect it to the rest of the grid, or the existing grid. And that should be that. Great. Everybody, we have a functioning town. I've got 2 elementary schools. I wanted to put another elementary school down here. I mentioned that I want to get at least 3 into this town. And then we'll probably have another one somewhere out here for the outskirts developments that are going to exist in and around these spaces. I think since I am ending this here, what I'll do is that I'll just kill off all of that. I don't think that is necessary. And then let's just fill this whole area up with forest. And why are you so... I would have expected the forest to be a lot thicker. I don't want to use developer, well, what's this thing, anarchy just yet to do all of this stuff. But cool, there we go. All right, everybody, I think we are done. this is an aerial view of everything. The only thing that I didn't get in here is cargo rail to the harbor. I am still not 100% sure if I want to do that. It's the only reason why I didn't include it. But I figured if I do include it, I'll probably plonk it down somewhere around, I don't know, here, since I plan to have maybe a bit of the industry in this area. I'm not sure, but plonk it down here and then run the rail line on the outside. And worst case scenario is we simply replan and we put industry around here. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you've been here a while, you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, don't be shy, give it a smash. It is really, really appreciated. Thanks to all of my patrons and YouTube members. Your extra support that you show the channel is so appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As we get into the cinematics, there isn't too much to see in the town, but we'll see all the layouts that we've done, and maybe I'll sneak in a couple of shots of the rest of the city. Hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, take it easy and keep safe. Cheers.